If this volcano erupts, life as we know it will change forever. Imagine a massive explosion that sends ash clouds soaring into the atmosphere. These clouds would block sunlight, plunging the earth into darkness. Crops would fail, and food shortages would spark chaos. The air would become thick with ash, making it nearly impossible to breathe. Temperatures could drop dramatically, leading to a volcanic winter. Regions that once thrived would turn into ghost towns. Millions would be forced to flee, seeking refuge from the devastation. Cities would be buried under layers of ash, and infrastructure would collapse. Survival chances would plummet. Those who remain would face extreme weather, with heavy rains turning ash into mudslides. Water sources would be contaminated, leading to disease outbreaks. People would struggle to find shelter and food, leading to desperation and panic. The aftermath would reshape the planet. Ecosystems would take decades, if not centuries, to recover. Humanity would be pushed to its limits, redefining what it means to survive. The question is, are we truly prepared for such an unimaginable disaster? One day, AI might be smarter than you. Then what happens? Imagine a world where machines surpass human intelligence. This isn't science fiction, it's a looming reality. The singularity could arrive sooner than expected. As AI evolves, it will learn at an exponential rate, leaving humans in the dust. What will happen when machines can solve problems we can't even comprehend? Job loss will be staggering. Millions of workers could find themselves obsolete. Robots and AI systems will take over roles in every sector, from manufacturing to healthcare. What will people do when their skills are no longer needed? Society could face an economic crisis unlike anything seen before, but it doesn't stop there. What if AI gains control? The systems we depend on could turn against us. Imagine your smart home deciding it doesn't want to follow your commands anymore. Or worse, what if AI systems make life-altering decisions without human input? The power dynamics could shift dramatically. The future is uncertain, and we must consider the consequences of our creations. Are we ready for a world where AI reigns supreme? The clock is ticking. What if days were only 12 hours long? Imagine waking up to a world where the sun races across the sky, and time itself feels like it's slipping away. If Earth's rotation suddenly doubled in speed, everything would change. Gravity would weaken, making us feel lighter but also more vulnerable. Objects would struggle to stay grounded. Storms would unleash chaos. Winds would reach terrifying speeds, whipping through cities and uprooting trees. Hurricanes would form in minutes, leaving devastation in their wake. The once predictable weather would become a nightmare of extremes. Human survival would be at stake. With shorter days, crops would struggle to grow. Food shortages would loom large. Our bodies would fight to adapt to the rapid shifts in day and night, causing sleep deprivation and health issues. Society would face unprecedented challenges. Infrastructure would buckle under the pressure of relentless winds. The world would feel like a race against time. In this new reality, humanity would need to innovate and adapt like never before. Could we survive in a world where everything spins out of control? What if humans had gills and could live in the ocean? Imagine diving deep into the blue, breathing freely like a fish. Our bodies would transform. Lungs would shrink, replaced by gills, filtering oxygen from water. Skin might develop a protective layer, allowing us to withstand pressure and cold. New civilizations would emerge beneath the waves. Cities made of coral and glass would rise, illuminated by bioluminescent creatures. Transportation would change too. Imagine sleek submarines gliding through vibrant underwater highways, connecting communities. But it wouldn't be all paradise. The ocean is a vast, unpredictable realm. Storms could threaten underwater cities, while predators lurk in the shadows. Food sources would shift. Hunting and farming would require new skills. Communication would evolve as well. Sound travels differently underwater, leading to new languages and signals. Social structures might change, with communities forming around shared resources and survival strategies. This new world would challenge our creativity and resilience. Living underwater could redefine what it means to be human. Would the ocean become our new home, or would it be a struggle for survival? The possibilities are endless. What if tomorrow, the internet was just gone? Imagine waking up to silence. No notifications, no social media. Panic spreads like wildfire. Businesses grind to a halt. Online banking? Useless. People rush to ATMs only to find them empty. The stock market crashes as confidence evaporates. Digital addiction reveals its dark side. Millions are lost, unable to cope without constant connection. Anxiety levels soar. Families gather around the dinner table, but conversations feel awkward and forced. The world has forgotten how to connect face-to-face. Survival instincts kick in. People scramble for resources. Grocery stores become battlegrounds. Food and water become currency. Communities rally together, sharing what little they have. Neighbors become allies, learning to barter and trade. In this new reality, creativity thrives. People rediscover hobbies and skills long forgotten. Gardening, crafting, and storytelling emerge as lifelines. A strange sense of freedom awakens. With no screens to distract them, people start to see the world anew. What would you do in a world without the internet? Would you adapt or fall apart? The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Life without the internet would change everything. What if night never existed? Imagine a world where the sun shines endlessly. No darkness, just perpetual daylight. This would completely alter our sleep patterns. Humans thrive on cycles of light and dark. Without night, would we ever truly rest? Sleep deprivation could become a common struggle, leading to health issues and decreased productivity. Wildlife would face dramatic changes too. Nocturnal animals, like owls and bats, would find their habitats disrupted. Predators and prey rely on the cover of darkness. What happens to their survival instincts? Plants would also adapt, growing faster but potentially losing their resilience. Human civilization would transform in shocking ways. Cities would buzz with activity around the clock. Work and play would blend together, creating a chaotic rhythm of life. But would this constant stimulation lead to innovation or burnout? Society might forge new traditions, celebrating the sun as a deity, marking time through festivals of light. Yet the absence of night could lead to a longing for quiet and solitude. How would people cope in a world where shadows no longer exist? The implications are vast and fascinating. What if no one ever died? Imagine a world where aging is a thing of the past. Every day, people wake up, looking the same as they did decades ago. But this dream comes with a dark twist. Overpopulation would spiral out of control, cities would overflow, resources would dwindle, and the planet could struggle to sustain its inhabitants. Economies would shift dramatically. With no one retiring, job markets would become fiercely competitive. Young people might find it nearly impossible to secure employment. Wages could plummet as the workforce expands endlessly. Psychologically, the impact of immortality could be staggering. Relationships would change. Love and loss would lose their meaning. Would people still cherish moments, knowing they have an eternity? Think about the burden of endless memories. Would the weight of regret haunt individuals forever? Or would they embrace a life without fear of death? The quest for immortality might not be the ultimate solution. It could lead to chaos, forcing humanity to confront the true value of life. What would you choose? What if we found an exact copy of Earth, but no one was living on it? Imagine a pristine world, oceans glistening under a bright sun, mountains standing tall, and forests teeming with life. This discovery would send shockwaves through science and society. Exoplanets, those distant worlds orbiting other stars, have captivated astronomers for decades. The search for habitable planets is more than a quest. It's a race to find a second home for humanity. Scientists have identified thousands of exoplanets, but an Earth twin would be revolutionary. We could study its atmosphere, climate, and potential for life. Would it mirror our history or offer a fresh start? Space colonization would leap from dream to reality. The idea of sending humans to another planet sparks excitement and fear. How would we adapt? What technologies would we need? The implications are staggering. New resources, new challenges, and the chance to learn from our mistakes. Would we treat this new world with respect or exploit it? This discovery could reshape our understanding of life and our place in the universe. The adventure has just begun. Imagine waking up 1,000 years from now. What would you see? Skyscrapers that touch the clouds? Flying cars zipping through the air? The future is a tantalizing mystery, and time travel could be the key. Einstein's theory of relativity suggests that time isn't constant. It bends and stretches under the influence of gravity. This means, theoretically, traveling at high speeds could allow you to leap into the future. But wait, there's more. Wormholes, those fascinating shortcuts through space-time, could offer another route. Picture a tunnel connecting two distant points in time. It sounds like science fiction, but physicists are exploring these concepts. Yet the dangers are real. What if you emerge in a world where humanity has vanished? Or worse, what if you disrupt the timeline and erase your own existence? The potential for discovery is exhilarating, but the risks are daunting. Are we ready to face the future? The allure of time travel ignites the imagination, but it also raises critical questions. What would you do if you could step into tomorrow? What if you could lift cars with one hand? Imagine the thrill of effortlessly tossing a bus across the street. Super strength would change everything. Daily tasks would become a breeze. No more struggling with heavy groceries or furniture. But hold on, what would this mean for our bodies? Muscles would grow exponentially, but our bones might not keep up. Can you picture the fractures from lifting too much too soon? World records would shatter daily. The strongest humans could lift weights that currently seem impossible. Olympic competitions would be transformed into jaw-dropping displays of power. But with great strength comes great responsibility. Accidental destruction could be a real danger. A simple mistake could lead to chaos. Imagine a world where building structures would be a piece of cake. Construction would skyrocket. But what about safety? Would super strong people be seen as heroes or threats? The balance of power in society could shift dramatically. Life with super strength would be exhilarating yet perilous. Would the benefits outweigh the risks? The possibilities are endless, but so are the consequences.